Alright, there you go. That lad was going to shit his pants if he didn't get to overtake me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And today I get to reprise a good bit of my old commute, which I don't miss one little bit. And welcome to Dublin City Centre, and it's Christmas Eve. So today Dublin City Centre is home of Fuck It, It'll Do. So many people out buying presents that will do. Although it seems kind of quiet enough. I've seen it busier. Certainly cars on the road wise, it's very quiet. So anyway, how are you? Happy Christmas, all that sort of business and jazz. It's been a while since I've sort of just sat up on the bike and said stuff. It's all been sort of linked into Eurotrip videos or random sort of updates or all that sort of thing. And I recorded a couple of videos in the last couple of weeks and went to edit them, and they weren't good enough audio wise. I think the changes that I made inside of the helmet to the mic setup for the Bluetooth meant that my voice was weird. I think the mic was touching off something or was too muffled or something like that. I'd put a new cover over the mic and I'd putting it out in the open. So what it really meant is that, you know, it was too quiet when I had the visor open, and then it was just bassy and muffled and shit when I had it closed. So I actually had a video and a half recorded, which I've sort of just thrown away because it's kind of shit, and people have started remarking on it that the audio is shit. So I should probably just make an effort, and it's going downhill rather than uphill. Alright, fuck you. Jesus, this is not how we merge. 141WH78 here on YouTube. Prick. So I've been off the last week and a bit, and I'm going to be off until January, which is fucking great. Driving around in town, and it's only for those new to the channel, I moved into Dublin from out in the sticks last year. And one thing I noticed doing most of my driving in town, both in the car and on the bike, is just the amount of shit drivers, especially around, like the last 2 weeks especially, have been like, Jesus Christ, where did all these people come from? Just like your man there, not indicating, just fucking pulling out of junctions, doing fucking mad shit. It's funny, I was in the M&S because I'm a horrible middle class cunt last week. There's a new one open in Omni in Santry, and so I went down. The amount of terrified old ladies in Volvos is fucking unbelievable, just in that car park. If you wanted a proper practice session with people not paying attention and driving where they shouldn't drive and not indicating, then that's not a bad place to go. There's the orchard, home of gift desperation, today anyway. But see, this time of year isn't good crack for a lot of people, and well, it is good crack, but then it involves a whole lot of messing about and that kind of thing, so they're not paying attention, they got their mind on other things, they're a bit stressed out. Not a terribly safe time on the roads. There's also the possibility that people are just shit-faced. You know, they've been to a Christmas party the night before, or they have had a couple of drinks, not more than 4, and they're out on the road.
Don't drink and drive, but if you insist, remember the rule, not more than 2.
Fuck off, fuck off. Alright, successfully navigated the fuck off junction. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're watching this and haven't been knocked off your bike already, or if you're thinking of taking a spin out, just keep an eye out for people. Like, I've had a couple of fucking near misses the last, like in the car, the last even week or two. I was coming along the coast road near Clontarf the other day, and there was a bus coming the opposite way, and some cars just pulled around the bus and came at me in my lane, and I had to fucking swerve out of my lane. I, like, didn't have time to fucking react, and it's hard to tell what the story was. Like, one car did it and the rest of the cars just followed them, you know, and I was like, alright, well, I guess I'm getting out of the fucking way then. Right, that's me successfully fed for Christmas Eve. Just need to head back tomorrow and get fed for Christmas Day. So I was thinking, coming into the new year as well, I might do another sort of Q&A. a lot has gone on in 2017, and I hope to do a lot more in 2018. And so any questions you have about the channel or about just stuff in general, or videos you'd like to see or that kind of thing, just drop it out a comment and I'll cover that. But I think in the next week or two, while I'm still off, I might do a sort of a 2017 retrospective video in 2018. Alright, back into Dublin city centre. It's about 5 o'clock and it's winding down. There's a few more cars on the road, but pedestrian traffic seems to have dropped off. People have started to realise that if you don't have it by now, then it's a fucking gift voucher. And so, in case I forget, and especially for those of you out Fordon, I know I have some Irish expats on the channel. Dublin's doing okay. Everyone's out doing their thing. Hopefully you get to come home this year, but if you don't, to everyone on the channel who's been following along or who just joined us, have a great Christmas. Have some nice time off if you get some time off. Otherwise, have a good one and a peaceful one. And wishing you everything you wish yourself in 2018. And I will see you then.